100% said Missy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
100% said Missy.
You're not allowed to touch. You don't have permission to touch me or anyone else here.
My name is Trevor Tolley. I am the lead investigator and founder of Rogues Hollow Paranormal. Samantha, actually, she called into our store and she inquired about some of our services, and we had received a phone call or a message from her friend Jamie, and she explained some of what was going on at Samantha's location.
Okay, well, my name is Samantha. I've only been staying here for about a year. I tried to call Trevor one time, and I just, like, here, when I'm home, I don't feel like I really need anybody to intervene. Like, we talk to it, it does just fine, it's comforting, but when I leave the house, I know that something's not right. Like, I feel in my gut that, like, it's not right. It's way too attached. I feel too attached to the house. Like, yeah, I don't know.
And we were able to finally get back in touch with Samantha, and she explained she had some pretty abnormal things going on at her home.
And whenever I first moved in, I stayed in the living room, and I would hear people talking, like, I mean, right outside the door, like outside the window right here, I would hear like tapping on the window. But I thought that it was because I was coming from this house over here to, you know, I don't know if it was following me, and that's what Jamie was like, well, it could be. Well, then I ended up moving into the bedroom. I never heard anything. Like, out here, I couldn't sleep. I mean, I was waking up like all the time. And then we finally moved into the bedroom. And from there, we were just, I mean, we would hear walking upstairs, like the blinds would go up and down. That just recently started. Getting a shower, you hear like boxes flying, but there's nothing actually moving.
So the house next door from Samantha's, apparently these homes where Samantha lives, there's one owner of the homes and they rent them out. And this house next door is sat empty, and a lot of people have moved in there briefly. They move back out. Nobody really likes to stay in that home.
That was the bad one. I was staying there while I was fixing this place up because this place at the time was abandoned, and I stayed over there the first night. I had like a really bad dream about this house being super haunted. And the next day, I slept in the other room, and that was the one that well, I guess you weren't over there, but I showed them the most activity. That was the room I was sleeping in when I had that really bad dream. Then the next night, I slept in the other room, and that was the night I heard somebody, it sounded like somebody broke in downstairs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what was that? And then a couple minutes later, I heard knocking on the door. I mean, it was loud. I thought I was late for work, so I like jumped up, and I was like, what the heck? It was 1:30 in the morning. All the bad stuff happens either outside, over there, by that house. Other than that, we feel pretty, I mean, comfortable over here. I just don't want it to be something that's also getting attached, because I also feel like, I don't know, I don't feel normal a lot of the time here. I feel like I just stare off and just don't do anything. I don't talk. I don't know. I just want to make sure that everything's good and everyone's safe, because I really don't know what to think, because I didn't believe any of this, and now it's like really crazy.
Oh, wait a minute. Where are you taking me?
It's a bedroom.
I don't think I want to go in there. I just give me a second. We're gonna go in there. I just need a second, because there's a really old dead man in there.
Okay.
And what are you doing here? Why are you here? What are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna make me leave? Get the out. Like, he is pissed. He's not happy that we're here. He does not like me. He does not like you. He does not want us here, and no.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like growling.
It did.
In the house next door to Samantha's, we went into a bedroom on the first floor, and in that bedroom, as soon as we entered the room, we had actually heard a growling noise right around that time period, and then my EMF meter just went crazy. I'm going in first. So hold on.
I'm gonna squeeze around you, so that's just me coming, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, that's unexplained. I had 2 flashes of light.
Oh, there's somebody touching me.
I've got an EMF hit.
He is pissed.
Yeah, 1 point.
Oh, you're get
My
off me.
battery
Get
just
off me.
went.
1.2.
Where am I? Hello?
Okay, stop. Here, come here. Do you want to come into the room or not?
I don't want to be standing in my own space by myself.
I was trying to go ahead of you.
Oh, this is dark in here. This is really bad.
Wow, he just jumped the
Oh
EMF
my
meter.
god. Oh, I don't like this
It's
in
not
here.
it's not the fan.
No, this is not
My
okay.
battery's
Look
drained.
look at the light.
I gotta get
My
out of here.
my
I gotta
camera's
get out
gonna
of here.
die any second.
I gotta get out of here. Get me out of here.
Alright.
I'm taking off my mask.
We're leaving. We're leaving. We don't mean you any offense.
The lower bedroom to the right, that room, I was blindfolded and it was so just, it was crazy. I was nearly jumped and I had to run out of the house because that's not okay with me. They're not allowed to do that.
We just had some type of interaction.
Oh, clearly. My battery was at green, it's on red. Just like that.
Samantha said that the guy that lived here that passed away, that was his room.
That was
She
it.
doesn't know that. Are you okay?
Yeah. He tried to jump me. He like tried to jump me.
Is that our guy or is it a different guy?
I think it's different than what jumps the houses. This guy is not good. This is not good. He is pissed that he is dead and he watches.
Well, Missy being a medium, she's more open to the spirits. So they can see and sense things that us normal people can't pick up on. Spirits tend to recognize that and they tend to become targeted. So if she says that she feels uncomfortable and she has to leave, I completely understand why she would want to get out of that situation. I would probably do the same thing.
When I walked in, I started whispering
Oh yeah.
because it just felt like
He
it
could
even
hear
said
you.
humans are not supposed to be here.
Yes.
This room makes me want to throw up. And see, you know what? Did you notice I'm whispering?
Yes.
I'm such a fucking loud talker. And as soon as I walk in here, I'm like, don't let it know we're here.
Yeah.
And that's like to a T, that is just the thing. As soon as you walk in, it's like, I don't want anyone to know I'm here because this is not a human's house.
What's great about them doing 2 separate walkthroughs is they have no idea what's going on with the location. They don't get to talk with each other, so nothing is contaminated with what they pick up. So one medium goes into the location, they walk through, take notes on what they pick up. They don't discuss anything, they don't interact, and the other medium goes through and then they do the same thing as well. When they come back together at the end of it, we kind of all have a meeting and we discuss, okay, what did you discover? All right, what did the other medium discover? And when they hit on the same things, it's pretty much validation for me that that's something of interest that we need to look into, and there's a good possibility there's some legitimacy to that, because what are the chances 2 different mediums are going to get the same stuff? All right.
The light?
Yeah. Ooh. There we go again.
Yeah.
Gene, is that you? Can you make this device go even higher and let us know that that's you, Gene? He's trying. He got it up over 6. Gene, can you stop messing with this so we know it's you? Went higher. Weird. It moved. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that's really high. Is it the outlets? No? I'm just gonna set it down and get this guy plugged in because we ain't got time to play games.
Yep. That's me. Oh, it didn't mess with that, at least.
Uh-oh.
No power?
I don't think we got any power in here. Son of a biscuit.
Oh boy.
That could be a problem.
That could be a problem.
So there's no power, but there's high EMF readings. It's significant because to get an EMF reading that isn't created by something possibly supernatural, you have to have some type of electricity involved, whether it's a light switch, an outlet, maybe wiring in the basement underneath the floor, something to trigger that. And there's no explanation for it. There was nothing in the basement at the time that should have triggered an EMF response. There was not even that much electricity running through the house, and there was definitely no electricity running in Jean's room. We even validated that by checking with the meter with the outlets in the room. Nothing. It's dead. Son of a biscuit.
I just had an orb fly behind you.
I'm not shocked. Oh, wow. Dude, it's 26.
Holy.
Look.
That's right where the orb
Now
was.
he's dropping it.
That's exactly where
All
the orb
right, Gene, I know you're here, dude.
Megan said there was something in this corner here.
Very much so.
Look, we're not trying to cause you any harm here. We're just here to find out what's going on for the people that live in this neighborhood. So shortly after we set up our DVR cameras, the one that we had facing down the hallway near Jean's room, we had, what you could call orbs that we witnessed down that hallway, which is more than likely dust the entire evening. However, at one point, it was very fascinating shortly after we had set up the cameras that we had one travel what looks like down the hallway and come towards the camera, and then right as it passes the front of the camera, you see the camera shift and it actually moves a little bit to the side, so that was kind of neat.
Oh my God, there's no freaking way.
Oh, look at something.
There's a dead lady in there.
I was just going to say, what's up the floor?
What about the floor?
It's stained. Look at it.
Oh my God, it is.
You see it?
Hold on, I gotta get that.
Oh my God, this is awful.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh my God, what?
That could have been my phone. No.
I'm coming in here. My name's
EMF started
Missy.
going nuts.
You got nuts when I started.
Oh
design.
my God, there are punch holes in the wall. The old lady up there, she was like dementia or Alzheimer's. They didn't know what to do with her back in the day. They put her in that room. She soiled herself there. She cried. She crawls
The room with the lock on the
Yes!
closet. Why is there a lock on here? Come on, Meg. Collect yourself here.
Sorry, that was me.
Just through and through this house, like the words that come to mind is like rotted. And like it's not, like I feel it like pulling all my energy and like giving me a headache. I guess like I got like squeezed, like right where I'm wanting to see.
Like, just
Because I
nuts.
said, why is there a lock on here? It's like somebody was trapped here, stuck here. Yeah.
And over here, like, you can't hide. I mean, you're going to get hand marks of children. You're going to get this woman weeping. You're going to get into sadness. You're going to have depression, anxiety. All of that you're going to get from the woman. And she was like dementia or like Alzheimer's. She was not cognitively right in the mind. And they like locked her away in here. It just made me so sad for her
And I
that
saw,
people could do that. And it's just like this thing laughs.
Yes, that's
this,
what I said.
like,
Like it was
skin
mocking
thing.
us the whole
Yes,
time.
yes,
Mocking
yes.
us. Like it got to the point where it had put so many images in my head that I got to the landing. I'm like, I don't even know, guys. I can't think straight. It's with my mind. And I wanted to throw like a toddler tantrum. I was like irrationally upset. Yeah, it's, I I'm sorry, guys. It's messing with my mind way too much. It's showing me, I'm seeing a lot of things that I know aren't, they're not anything. And now I feel like irrationally like upset. Like,
Just hold on.
There just wasn't a word right in front of you, Megan.
it knows. It's messing with me. It knows. It knows. It knows.
Hi. I was here earlier. That was Pearson coughing.
Sorry.
Sam's here with me. Oh, you're fine. We just wanted to come up here and talk with you. In this area, it feels like there's a lot of sadness. We feel a lot of high emotions, low emotions here. It almost feels like you can't leave. Is that correct? Do you need help? Is something or someone keeping you from leaving? Can you tell us your name, please? The people that live here, they can hear you, they can sense you, but they're scared of you. Should they be scared? Should the living people here be afraid of you? Sam bumped the wall.
It's been very rare when I've been on an investigation and you hear what almost sounds like a spirit having a conversation with another spirit. Now, it's not uncommon to get an EVP with one coming across and directly targeted towards the person asking questions, but to have almost like a side conversation with somebody, I found that to be very interesting. And the one spirit that we did catch EVPs of, you know, some of the things that he said, it sounded to me like he was trying to look out for Missy and possibly protect her from whatever else was there.
But they're scared of you.
Definitely said Missy. 100% said Missy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
100%
Stop.
said Missy.
I'm out.
Yeah?
I'm out.
Okay.
Ah!
Okay, that's me.
Oh my god. It said my name. I'm done.
Can you speak into that box and please tell us your name? I might go straight in without the filter. It's going to be really staticky and noisy. But that filter's going to What was that? What? What?
You need to listen to this. The people that live here, they can hear you, they can sense you, but they're scared of you. Should they be scared?
Yep.
Yeah.
We heard it like on our own.
Oh, yeah.
We heard it out loud, and then we went back to listen and we caught it.
Well, you need to be over there getting some more right now.
Okay, let's go.
Get back in there, slugger.
All right.
Like, if you're getting it, get some more.
All right, Pearson, let's go.
Don't come back here.
I can assure you these are both gentlemen. Neither are here to hurt you, and neither am I. If you could continue to communicate with us in whichever way you like, we have a recorder. We can knock. If you're still here, can you give us 2 more knocks like this?
The knocking responses were great. It's an old school ghost hunting technique that still works. You know, sometimes they don't feel comfortable getting recorded. They don't want to be on a digital recorder. They don't want to be on camera. And when you can knock and they can be in another room or down the hallway, or they can have a little bit of distance from you, they're a little bit more apt to respond. So you're a male that passed? So I found it very interesting that we were getting intelligent responses back through knocking when we were asking questions.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna put this out so it's away from us.
Oh. I feel drawn to that little table there, and I feel like that's what it's been knocking
Can you
on.
stop interacting with that device so we know it's you? Can you stop and move away from the device?
Yeah, I'm getting that like sharp pain again too. That's weird. Oh.
And it's not as high as it was when I sat it back down.
So weird. Make sure you're filming it. That's crazy.
Oh, you didn't get any of that, Tyler?
No, your butt was in the way.
My butt was in the way. You were back behind there.
Sorry, boss.
Sorry about it.
Wow. I felt that the EMF that we were picking up on was just more validation, along with the knocking, that we were having some type of attempt of interaction from spirit.
All right,
Where are we going?
back up to where we were.
Back upstairs? Gotcha.
We're back. Was it you that I saw on the stairwell? If you actually go to that device over there, it's the REM pod. It'll actually change lights. If you go over and touch it, it's not going to hurt you though. Can you do that for me, please?
I thought those EVPs were interesting. At first, actually, I thought it may have been, possibly one of our team members. Like, hey, how do I turn this device on? But after reviewing the video footage, no, everybody was mic'd up. It was never said out loud by any of our members, so it had to have been something that we couldn't see there respond. And it's like, at the time, we were asking it to interact with the device we were using, and it's almost as if it was responding back, like, how do I work this thing? What happened to Megan will probably be something I'll never forget. It doesn't happen very often when you go on these investigations and somebody gets psychically attacked on location. What she described happened, and it was strange because we were both in that room and we were looking down the hallway, and the hallway suddenly became really, really dark. Like, it was already dark, but like a black dark. But the fact that we also get demon in that session and threatened during that session kind of makes me go back to the Skinwalker thing that Megan witnessed or experienced. We've had a shaman now experience it. Missy picked up on it. And a few seconds later, Megan started to kind of freak out a little bit and told us that we needed to get out, we needed to leave, like we need to go right now, and started going into a panic, and it just shot out of the room.
Why is that going off now?
I think it was going off before we could hear it over the spirit box.
Oh.
And from what she described, she said that she had seen what we've kind of labeled as the Skinwalker crawling on the ceiling coming into the room, and it stabbed her in the side and then actually ripped around to her solar plexus, which is, a little bit below her chest and above her belly button. And it was enough to rattle her pretty good, and I've never seen Megan get rattled like that.
Is there anyone stuck here because of someone or something? Wow, look at that candle flame. Okay. If your answer is yes, make the candle flame really go crazy. Just like that. Okay, so if your answer is no, just leave it kind of still. Perfect. Thank you.
I thought the candle interaction was really interesting. It's yet again another old school technique to try to communicate. It seemed to respond when they asked questions. It's very interesting. I have a hard time because it's not concrete evidence, but the way that the flame interacted, I did find that interesting. Impossible paranormal communication.
What's your name? What the hell was that?
What was that?
That was something speaking.
What was that?
I don't know.
I love it any time that we can get an EVP that gives us some type of name. So if we can get a name, that helps us as investigators when we go back out to a location to be able to draw out more information.
Was that you? Yes? Okay. Well, are you trying to get our attention because you got it? You were. Okay. Well, thank you for communicating with us through the candle flame.
You know, I wish I had more to go with it than just the names, but the fact that we were getting EVPs along with the candle interaction, again, it's more validation that there's something supernatural possibly going on there.
Are you willing to help us help this family stay here if they don't want to leave? Yes? Okay. All right. Well, we will help this family as best as we can. Thank you for your help, and thank you for communicating with us through the candle flame. If you can do us one last favor, can you knock for us to let us know, just like this? Can you make a noise like that for us, will you please?
When we got the EVP that said that's what this town is for, it's a very strange EVP. To try to dissect it and figure out what was being said. It didn't sound like it was directed at us. Again, it was like spirit talking to another spirit.
This is your last opportunity because we're going to be leaving. Can you knock? Okay.
The spirit box session at the end of the night, okay, that was a little bit of an intense part of the investigation because we had a spirit box response that came through very clearly that said he killed me. Who killed him? You know, the only thing we could think of, there was a gentleman named Gene that passed away of pancreatic cancer in the room that we were investigating in, that it was potentially him that was coming through. But who killed him? You know, he died of cancer. This kind of ties back into what the mediums have picked up on. There's actually been a shaman that's gotten involved in this investigation that is completely separate from us that picked up on this thing. We kind of believe that it may be the Skinwalker that we've briefly discussed.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Okay. Are there ashes in here?
No. There shouldn't be ashes, but there's stuff from my grandma's funeral in here.
That's what it is. Because she's in here singing. I just want you to know, she says, I'm going to protect you while you're here. But anywhere else, like, she's here to protect you. And but you'll feel her sit on the foot of the bed, and that's her. And she watches over the kids, but she can't do it by herself because of this other, like, thing, this skin man. I don't know how to describe it, but what your grandma... Skinwalker. I really am not sure what this thing is. It's not human, but what your grandma is telling me is she's protecting them. She's protecting the kids. She's protecting you, but she says she can't protect you from the nightmares that he's like going inside of your mind. So you might have sleep paralysis, horrible pain when you're sleeping, back pain especially because he holds you down.
Missy had picked up the night before the investigation, and she actually did a drawing of it, of the Skinwalker. And what she described, very thinly bony structured entity, not wearing clothes, long arms, legs, kind of dead looking skin, a little bit of, like dead hair on top and dark eyes, nasty teeth, going around with a basket of organs, and told her that these are mine. So basically saying that I collect these, I take people's organs in a weird, strange way.
All right, I am by no means an artist, but this is the vision I got in my living room a couple nights ago.
That's her exact face. And that one now that Gina's on.
So is this like a colon, do you think?
It's intestines, it's hearts, it's liver, it's the lungs, it's...
Okay, I've had really bad lung problems.
So after talking to Samantha has explained that people that live in those two houses, her house and the house next door, they tend to have like bad health issues happen to them and directly related to organs. Like we had Jean next door who passed away of colon cancer. Samantha's had her own battle she's had to deal with. Other people that have stayed with her have had battles they've had to deal with health issues. So there's a very good possibility that the Skinwalker is attacking people physically and attacking them with their health.
Does he have long fingers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what the kids said.
Yeah, I mean, I drew him.
Tyler's kids said that he was very long, super tall, had really long fingers and long teeth, and he was a really skinny man, and that he was a mean man, and he didn't want us upstairs, and that was over at the other house.
Yeah.
The little boy described the very same thing, and again, there was no contamination. He didn't know anything about what Missy had seen or talked about, and he described the same thing with a basket, except in the basket it had a head.
Would you like to be at rest and follow that light? Because you don't have to stay here. You have the choice. You can leave anytime you want. You have the power, you have the free will to do so. And you can watch over your loved ones from heaven, and you can be with your loved ones on the other side and still watch down on your living family. And even if there wasn't closure, I'm more than positive that they are willing to and want you to go on and follow the light and be in a place where you can exist pain-free and stress-free.
I thought that was an amazing EVP. To me, it sounded like a female possibly. But what made it really interesting is the fact that Missy was discussing about how they could move on, they could check back and check in on their family and their loved ones, and right around the same time we get the response, family. That's pretty amazing, and that tells me it's definitely a intelligent haunting.
All right. Well, we'll keep the flame burning and go to the other house.
Oh, I have to go back now. Right, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yep. But we're going with Marina and the candle.
Okay.
So we can do it together. Power of 3.
Power of 3.
Are you upset that we're here? Do you want us to leave?
Ow. That's an ow. That's an ow. Ow, God. Who do you want to talk to? I just saw you, Gene. He was right there.
Set off this device, please, the college on it. I thought that what we captured on film, if you pay attention to it, it is a very strange light anomaly. So it almost travels out of Gene's room, comes in right where our equipment is near the REM pod, and as it exits out of the room, like it's going back to its bedroom, it says you, which kind of confirms that there's something to that. So initially when I saw this footage, I thought, okay, this is, you know, light reflecting possibly, because it kind of gives that effect. But when you pay closer attention to it, you can see that it doesn't move in sync with the camera movements whatsoever. And along with that, you can also tell in other footage that there's no reflection being given off at all by the lights.
Not allowed to touch. You don't have permission to touch me or anyone else here.
The other part of that is it also travels back, and you can see this strange light anomaly a second time, and it travels what appears to shoot behind Missy, and shortly after, Missy freaks out because she felt that she was touched from behind.
We're going to say goodbye. We hope that you find peace. And we hope for the best for you.
The images from outside, okay, the first image that we had received that I took a look at, I really didn't know what I was looking at first. So I saw it, and it's very hard to 100% say definitively that, hey, there's something there, because it is very pixelated. The lighting makes it a little tough, but you can tell there's some type of anomaly there. Samantha actually was nice enough to send us over a picture, and the picture shows what is a scarecrow from a movie about Holmes County that was done a few years ago. And I could then at that point kind of see what she was trying to point out in the picture. Well, here shortly after, they started getting all these pictures outside of this robed entity, or whatever you want to call it, outside. And these pictures, they've never spotted this thing outside until we did a cleansing for Samantha at her house. So it's almost like this thing's lurking outside her home waiting to get back in. Not saying 100% that's what it is, because again, the picture quality, it's very hard to tell, but it definitely seems to be some type of strange anomaly in those pictures. So this is yet again, you know, this is what happens when you're dealing with the supernatural or the paranormal, and you're investigating and you're trying to figure everything out. We got quite a bit of information from this investigation, but then it comes down to this end. What am I confident about? Okay, I'm very confident about the Skinwalker entity that is there on location. Now, we had 2 mediums and a shaman all say that this thing was conjured by somebody. The shaman told me that it was summoned by another shaman to target somebody who was a very, very bad person in this life that must have lived in that area or that location. So then we have the robe figure. The robe figure is a whole nother thing in itself. So we have these pictures that have been taken outside. Again, I can't confirm from the photos because there's not enough detail there. However, Megan did explain that she saw the robed entity behind her periodically during the entire night when we were doing our investigation. So we do have a medium on site that picked up on this thing. We also have a shaman who picked up on this thing remotely, who wasn't even out there with the investigation, and we talked to separately. So maybe it's possible that there was somebody who maybe dabbled in dark magic at that location and maybe upset a shaman or somebody else, and the Skinwalker was conjured to possibly combat that. And so now you have these two entities that are lurking there that are both kind of nasty. I can't say that 100%, and I don't want to say that to scare anybody, but there's a lot of strange things that maybe point that direction. So Holmes County is very interesting as far as Native American history. The Delaware tribe were the last tribe to inhabit Holmes County. They had settled there after being pushed from further east, came into Holmes County, settled the area, and then yet again settlers came in to their land, and they were pushed out, and that was the last tribe to inhabit that location. And in Holmes County, there's actually over 20 Native American burial mounds located there as well. So for a very, very long period of time, there was a very strong Native American influence there in Holmes County. I would say with everything that we gathered, which is a whole slew of EVPs and a few other interesting things and interactions, the knocking, the candle, the mediums, the shaman, there's definitely paranormal happenings at these two houses. There's no doubt about it. This isn't even a guessing game. It's just trying to put all the pieces together. So, you know, we have a Roger name that got dropped. We have a Tara name that got dropped. We have the Skinwalker thing that we've had multiple people pick up on. The growling noise, a few other things. Yeah, it's haunted.